sooner or later this is going to be a slaughter. Hopefully more sooner than later. All I know is their luck's going to eventually run out. And when it does, they all have something to fear, and it's not another coyote. It's the one who spent 4 years trying to solve this puzzle. It's the one who put you there in the first place. It's the one who predicted where you'd stand when you took your last breath. This project has pushed me to my limits over and over, but I know if I keep trying, I will reach my goal, and the reward will be like nothing I've ever done. The saying goes, when we're all gone, the only thing left walking this earth will be coyotes and cockroaches. Well, I can't speak for cockroaches, but a coyote, that creature will no doubt outlive us all. Their will to survive makes them what they are, and there's a reason they've been around as long as time. To do what I'm trying to do is gonna take planning on a whole new level. I want to be prepared when the moon returns to get the job done. You see, up till now, I've put all my efforts into filming, but this time, it's all about the kill. I've been feeding coyotes for months now around the clock, keeping the pile hot while I bide my time trying to figure out just what I gotta do different. I feel my location is solid, but it needs a little bit of work. But there's gotta be a way with the right effort to overcome all the things that have kept me from reaching my goal. For now, they just need to keep showing up and keep on eating, because what they don't know is I'm working round the clock trying to figure out the best way to kill them. And to kill them, I have to be there when the moon's right, watching the pile, all while staying undetected, and also have a good access point to get closer for the kill once they're there. I feel like I have a pretty solid setup, but figuring out a route to get from point A to B is gonna take some extra planning. I have my chair set up about 200 yards due east of my pile, which is a completely makeable shot, but the way I see it, if I have enough cover to get closer, why take a poke at 200 yards when I could possibly get much closer to increase my odds of making a good shot? I basically have to watch the pile from far and slide in close for an easier kill. That's my plan, but even then, I still have to have a bit of luck because all of my light is literally coming from outer space. And I'm not pulling the trigger till that thing is as full as it gets. Well, today is planning day. I wanted to go to my spot during the day to map out an exact path to get from my chair to my kill position. I positioned my pile in such a way that it was near some type of cover just to give me something to use to get close, and I figured a thicket full of cedar trees would be perfect. I really just wanted to see if there was any kind of a clear enough trail or path of some kind to stay inside of them undetected when trying to get up on a coyote. It is going to be a full moon, so keeping myself concealed from a coyote on the pile by using these trees is a must. The last thing I need is for one to see me.
I've really got to find me a way to get from where my chair's at to not have to take a 200-yard shot, because I'm basically sitting about 200 yards or roughly 200 yards from where my bait pile's at. But the landowner has got him a new fence going up, and right on the inside of that fence there's a bunch of cedar trees, and I'm hoping that I can find me a little path behind those trees just to where I can get in and get up on them closer to where I'm not having to take a 200-yard shot. So today is all about just figuring out a way to get them killed once they actually get there. Getting them there is the majority of the battle, but once they're there, I still need to have a good, quiet way to get up on them. Hopefully we can find us a good spot down these trees somewhere to find us a little path to get in there. And it's got to be quiet. I can't be stepping on twigs and branches and stuff like that. We got to figure out, we got to make sure that however we get from point A to B, he has no clue that we're there. So got my saw too, in case we need to cut any trees down. Well, there's my chair. That's where I'm gonna sit. But this fence, there's got to be a way down this fence somewhere behind these trees where once he shows up, we can figure out how to get on him. Once we get to right here, I think we can stay all the way down behind that one tree right there and be good. We just got to make sure that wherever we're going to walk, there ain't going to be brush and stuff in our way. Looks like there's already been some deer, coyotes already kind of got a path through here, but like this log, I don't want to have to be stepping over that. And the other thing, I'll be carrying my rifle too, so my gun would probably catch that right there. I had a guy here the other day who was like, why in the world are you putting so much effort into just killing one coyote? And I told him, well, this is not about killing a coyote. This is about filming a coyote. And there's a big difference between the two. You know, if we were just trying to kill a coyote, we'd throw a bait pile out there and shoot him with thermal. But I'm trying to do something that, to my knowledge, nobody's ever done before. Last thing I want to do is just cut corners and screw something up trying to get in here when one finally shows up and the time is right. Another thing too is all these little twigs and stuff that I'm not going to be able to see at night be definitely stuff I want to get out of the way. You'd be surprised, but coyote, they can hear that. If I step on it, all that's doing is just directing his attention right where I don't want it. I'm sure there's plenty of people call me crazy doing all this to try to kill one coyote, but you know, you put your time and effort into what you enjoy doing. And for me, that's filming a coyote. Yeah, I like killing the heck out of them, but I'm trying to film them in a different way. I kind of feel like I figured out a way to get them there and film them, but I haven't focused on how to get to them to kill them. It doesn't matter how many times I film them on the pigs. If I can't actually physically get there to kill them, I'll never be able to accomplish what I'm trying to do. So this is pretty much just making sure I can get to them. Looks like we could probably just go, same trail leads right through here. And this whole time, that coyote will have no clue. He definitely won't be able to see me. I gotta make sure that I don't have anything that might hang my clothes or any branches that I might, like I could step on that right there and he could hear that. You might think this is overkill, but you know what? If you'd put in the time that I had and screwed up as many times as I have, you'd understand exactly how come I'm putting this much effort into making sure that I do everything that I can do on my end to make sure I don't screw up. Yeah, it goes right through there too. Man, this is perfect. And the whole time I'll be going down there, all these trees are gonna be blocking me. Goes right through here. This thing is pretty much clear already. Ideally, I really want to get about 70 or 80 yards. My gun's zeroed at that range. Pretty much dead ends right there, but see how close. Oh, that's perfect right there. That's probably maybe 70 yards, 80 yards. That's right where I want to be too. This tree will keep me in the shade wherever the moon's at. And basically I can have my gun set about that high. I'll probably get about right here and slide it out there. And once he's not looking, just slide over behind it and set it up. I'd much rather take that shot than a 200-yard shot from my chair. That's definitely a lot easier shot than from my chair.
Well, if nothing else, I feel like I've at least given myself a chance. Now we just need a little luck.
And I'm pretty confident once he gets there, we can get from point A to B probably within about 45 seconds or less.
I've paid my dues, and it's been long enough. The time has come to close the deal. You know, I've learned the road to success isn't always smooth and easy. There's times, no matter which way you turn, there's potholes and bumps to slow you down. But if you're hard-headed and stubborn like me, failure is just not an option. No matter how long this takes, I'm gonna see this through, and tonight I may get my chance. This was a coyote I'd been filming for months. I'd named Socks, cause when the moonlight hits him just right, it looks like he's wearing a pair, hence the name. All I had to do now is take my time and execute a good shot. I don't want this coyote to take another step after I pull that trigger.
No way.
You talk about disgusted. I had my opportunity and I blew it. There's not many times since I started filming I can remember being this upset with myself. I killed a coyote, but I failed yet again to accomplish my goal. My goal. If there's ever been a time I felt like giving up, you're looking at it. I thought I'd made a good shot, but obviously it wasn't good enough. You know, if there's one thing besides patience this project's taught me, is the measure of someone's character is not how much they fail. It's how they deal with that failure to make themselves better down the road. And let's be honest, this one tested me. But you know what? I refuse to give up. I simply can't live with the idea that I just failed, so I'm just gonna quit. This goal I'd set upon myself may only matter to me and me alone, but at this stage, it had become personal. I was now determined more than ever to see this through. I may be old and gray by the time it actually happens, but at least I can look back and say, hey, at least I didn't give up. Sometimes when you think you're down and out, if you just stay focused on the road ahead, you'll eventually reach the other side. And tonight, I was gonna get another chance. I just needed this coyote to stay put long enough for me to get where I needed to be. When I looked with thermal around that first tree, I couldn't see him on the pile, and I was hoping and praying to God he hadn't left. And the way my luck's been on this deal, nothing would surprise me. So I eased out just enough to peek around the corner, and I still didn't see him. This was not looking good. Where the heck did he go? There he is. Time to go get him.
gosh dang, I hope all 3 cameras are running.
I finally did it. My 4-year journey to kill a coyote using nothing more than moonlight on remote camera traps had finally come to fruition. And seeing that coyote laying there was one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had.
Oh my gosh, finally. Wow. 4 years worth of work to do what we just did right there. I tell you what, when I set out on this project, I never in a million years thought that that right there would be so difficult to line up and have all this stuff come together. There's so many moving parts with these cameras. It's basically like trying to thread a needle from space. That's about how difficult this is. Cannot believe that it finally happened. I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there going, yeah, it's just a coyote. Well, if you actually understood how difficult this was to pull off, you'd understand my excitement.
Like I said, sometimes the road to success is a bumpy one. You're gonna get bucked off that horse plenty, especially when you're trying to do something no one's ever done. And not giving up has given me a feather in my hat I can always be proud of.